everybody. So, you ever wonder what I go through setting up the pre-shows and everything before, I go live broadcasting, video games or the other shows that I do? Well, this is a little bit different view. This shows a little bit of my work area. You like the mess? Yeah, you guys don't see this on the normal camera, huh? So, welcome everybody. I do want to say one thing about these live shows I've been doing off my phone, which is that I am working on getting wireless lapel mics working. In fact, let me grab one of them and I'll show you my challenge on this. So, I have these mic sets here. These are really good stuff. This is what I used to use on some of the television production stuff we did, some of the short films and everything. These are wireless mics, but I haven't used them in 4 years, something like that. And you know what? I left the batteries in them. Bad idea, huh? So, this one isn't too bad, but the battery compartment on some of these is, it really needs some work. So I'm gonna have to clean these up and get them all working again. I had 4 sets of them, and I actually lost one of them. I don't know where it's at. So one of these sets, and which is really a shame because these were like $1,500 new per set, and but all I can assume is that I misplaced it or it's around here somewhere. And one of them, pulling out the batteries, the leads came out. Yeah, there was a lot of battery acid in these. So anyway, but anything else that I do, if it's not a quiet environment, I will be trying to use these. I think I can use them with my phone. We'll find out. So anyway, this is, I just want to kind of go over today the pre-show setup that I do. And you guys may not know how much work goes into putting up each one of these live shows. So there, I have all these screens here and everything, and you guys have seen that in the other views. I actually use all of the screen real estate, and I have a big checklist that I go through on all of these whenever I'm getting ready, because inevitably I would forget something. Yeah, and by the way, feel free to ask any questions you got while we're live here, and I'll answer them if I can while we're doing the pre-show setup. So I have it scheduled for the official live shows to go on in 20 minutes. 20 minutes from this point right here, right now, and so we'll see. Oh, and am I hearing myself talk in my headset? Yeah, I am. So let me stop the video. The video is going on the other screen over here. I know it's too bright, you can't see it. There's a lot of contrast in the brightness in here because I keep my room pretty dark, my office pretty dark here, and most of the light, or 50% of the light, comes from the monitors here. And I do have a big lamp up here. It's an actual production quality lamp that I don't know, it's 300 watts or so. I can flip that on and it makes an incredible difference in the room here, but I'm not going to do that right now. So, and then I have my accent lights, which you can see them in the background, they're kind of going off. I choose via this chooser here, it's a little remote, and I'm able to choose what color I want. So I choose typically different colors, different days, just depending on how things are. Let's go with orange today, huh? Yeah. So let's see here. Hit that one, changes to orange. That one, is that changed? Yeah. So it doesn't always work off of this little remote. These little remotes are weak. Sometimes I have to walk up to the lights, and they're line of sight. And I've got these damn lights in cans so that they're focused. And when they're in the can, it's like this shield around it says, "Remote shall not work unless you're pointed directly at the light." Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so let's just go through this pre-show checklist that I have. And first thing I do, I check the resolution. I have a big notice up there to check the resolution because sometimes I record in lower resolutions than 4K. And it depends on what we're doing. For some of the guide stuff that we're doing and everything, we tend to record, well, some of it we've done at 4K, but what we found is that it makes it harder to work with, and it's not necessary. So most people are not looking at the guides that Jordan and I have been producing in 4K. So we've busting those down to 1080p, and so my resolution's okay. I got my broadcasting software right here, and resolution is set right. We're set at 4K. So, okay. Next thing, medication. Yes, I actually have that on my list. You know, and for when you guys are a real pain in the ass, no, it's not a product endorsement. Advil. You guys see me sometimes taking that shit. So, you know, I do have a couple things that I have to take. And so I got to remind myself, you know, otherwise you just forget. I get really focused and really into the moment when I'm doing the shows. So then I have this is my actual list. Open store. Yeah, so it's just a reminder to me to look at our store operations to make sure that the store is open and functioning properly and everything. Let's see. And then bookwork. There's a lot of bookwork to be done on the back end of this shit. Yeah, you wouldn't think so. And I don't know why I have the check resolution before any of this stuff. I don't know. It's kind of out of order, isn't it? But, you know, just the way I got it. I put it at the top of my list because it's so important. Because once I start the show, it's you can't change the resolution. I'd have to bring down the whole show and put it back up again. Anthony's, hello back to Spain. So, okay, then the bot. So I use a couple of bots for the show, and one of them interacts primarily with Twitch chat, and it's the one that does the dungeon raids and does the giveaways and everything. And then I have another bot which interacts with our store and oil the bot. Yes, step 4, oil the bot. Yes. You know, I've not tried pouring oil on the screen to help the bot, but you know, yeah. Can you turn up the volume? Let's see here. Turn up the volume of my volume of talking. Let me look at my volume controls here. I actually don't have very much ability to change volume stuff on here. So, yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I was talking about getting these up and running. I am literally, how far away am I? I'm 3 feet away from my phone. And it's using the phone microphone. So, and I'm talking loud too. But I do hope to get these up and running, and I'll start using these for these. So maybe it is just you. I don't know. Anyway, I'm working on it. It is actually an issue because yesterday when we were doing the show, I was probably 7 to 10 feet away, and other people complained of having a hard time hearing. So, okay, so I have a couple of bots. So the other one is called BarkerBot. It's one that we built ourselves. It's at barkerbot.com. And I'm sorry this is bouncing a little bit. I realized after I started the video that I actually mounted this mount to the table that I'm touching. And anytime I touch the table, which I have to type, it's bouncing a little bit. So I will, that'll be changed next time. You know, all these new things, learning. You know, this is a new way of doing things for me. So, just trying new things. Yes. So we also have BarkerBot, which interacts with our store. And so, like when you guys purchase something or whatever, it allows you guys to bark something out on the show, much like donations do. It also has several other functions, but that's primarily where we started with it. And so I'm going to, it also manages all of my follows and all of my subscriptions and stuff for Twitch. So Anyway, I'm gonna bring this up. Huh? The log is taking a little bit to come up. Interesting. I wonder if there's any issues going on the site. I hope not. There we go. Just need to be reloaded. For some reason it stalled. So, let's see here. I have people talking in Twitch saying, I got a notification that he's live, but where is he? Yeah. So, okay. And now, let's see here. Next thing on the list. Update the schedule. Yes, sirree. I think there's a link in the description in here for the schedule. Hello, Skeggy in the UK. So, yeah, I update the schedule. I update this daily. I am always optimistic on the start times. They end up getting pushed back a lot. And I really hate that. But, you know, I was optimistic. I thought I was going to start at 8 a.m. my time today. And ended up changing it to, or no, I ended up changing it to, oh, I see, I made a mistake here. I meant to change it to 9 a.m. start time. Instead, I changed it to 10 a.m. start time. So there we go. Now it says 9 a.m. And so that's my target right here. And it's going to take us a little bit past 9 to get started. So 9 my time. 9 my time. And so, okay. Hello, Rager Riot from New York. So, and Chip and Niels Anderson. My sound is lower than normal. Yes, that is an issue I'm working on. It's because this is all being done off my cell phone. So, okay, now let's see, what's the next thing on the list? Set the prize in the bot. Woohoo! Yeah, so commonly on Twitch, I do giveaways if I have giveaways to do. And so I'm just going to look here in the bot, make sure I got it set. Because I reset the stream machine every morning. And I do this after I had an issue with noise line popping. And so this line popping was a problem, and I couldn't figure it out. And what I figured out is if I reset the machine, that it would stop. And I can tell you that I did a ton of work since the last live show, where we did games. I did a ton of work on my setup here because it turns out that I'm using my Behringer soundboard, which controls the mic and my headsets and everything. It controls a whole bunch of the sound stuff on the show. That when I installed Windows 10, it stopped properly seeing it in the software. The software no longer sees my mixer. And the software is required for sending certain channels to certain points on the mixer board. Like, for instance, I can have the game go to one of the sliders. I can have music go to another slider. So that way I can have music always playing, and then I just turn it up and turn it down on the slider. And this is required for Jordan's Godly Echo. Have you guys seen the shows with Jordan? We have one tomorrow, Like an Entrepreneur. And Jordan has this Godly Echo. And it's this really complex issue of using multiple machines for the show and of having this mixer board in. The mixer boards were originally designed for instruments. And so these mixer boards are all made for bands and stuff like that, for music. And so those of us that are using them for podcasting or live shows or whatnot, they don't have setups for these things. And so what you have to do is you have to assign channels, and then you have to set up mix minus. And the mix minus stuff is requires this other software to be working. And I haven't figured out getting that to work yet. So I have probably about 6 hours of time now trying to fix Jordan's godly voice. It's just a slight little echo, and it's some sort of feedback loop that's going back in there and then coming back out onto the show. So, hello, Dawson. And it's, it's not so bad that it's a showstopper. It's a little bit annoying, though. So, don't tell Jordan that. Yeah, I don't want him to feel bad about it. He likes his godly voice. Hello, fat boy. So, okay, what else have we got here? Okay, so we got the schedule updated. We got the prize set, which, by the way, on the show today in Twitch will be a core new account for Eve. So, yes, and hello, Franny and Richard. And, yeah. So, oh, and CCC. Hey, CCC. In fact, CCC here. Yeah. He shows up to all of these. Love you, guy. Thanks for showing up. Okay, so let's see. The prize for Barker Chat. Okay. Set Barks for prize. I gotta check that because each show is different and it uses different barks. I call them barks. They're actually like messages, timed messages in the bot, but I call them barks. You guys know what a barker is, right? So that's one of the reasons why we named our bot BarkerBot. And so BarkerBot, oh man, first person to be banned on the YouTube channel. Yep. So, oh yeah, we could. So I like this. Heartful says Barker is happier than Crier. So yeah, so there was a town crier, and the town crier come through and shout everything out or whatnot. Well, so we have BarkerBot, and we could have named it CrierBot, but that's just really, that sounds kind of weird. But oh, I'm part of your day, CCC, awesome. So, oh, and by the way, I'm going to make a playlist that's just going to be live IRL. That's what the playlist is going to be. This is my 3rd day in a row doing these, and I'm gonna go for like 30 days of doing these, just see what happens. And we're gonna do some sort of IRL video each day, and I'm gonna put it in its own thing because it's a little bit different than the Marky Dragon IRL in real life that I've done before, where I film with my camera. This camera right here. This is a little Hero 5. And I just, I hold it up here and I talk to it, So it's a little bit different than that, and then I edit it all together into, the day and then post it as, a 10 to 20 minute video for the day. And those are pretty popular, but it's a different type of thing because this one is very live. And so it's very in the moment when it happens because you're not going to see what happens later today in this video. So I will take you guys all the way in to the very beginning of the show, and when I go live on YouTube on my other thing that's scheduled. So you guys who are watching this right now, you will be able to just shift immediately over to the other URL and be right there on the live show. Hey Brian, all right, nice to see you here, buddy. Brian, Brian, you have been upgraded to a mod. You don't have to do anything here on the show if you want, but I know you, I trust you, and yesterday Brain Manager was having a hell of a time keeping up. So, you've been promoted to a mod, buddy, on YouTube. I have no expectations, I just gave you the power if you want to use it. So, okay, so, then let's see here. So we got the Barker set, and then chat barks for the game. Oh, yes, I have those set too. So I got to change each one of these things because, for like Shroud of the Avatar is one thing, and Eve is another thing. Girl Fungan, or Griff Fungan, is BarkerBot licensable? You can use BarkerBot. It is open to you. It's not 100% done. I would still say that it's in alpha. but you can use what functions in there you like, and we are continuing to add more functions. So it's barkerbot.com, and you can go there, you can sign up, and you can just try it. It also ties in really nicely with our store. If it ties in really nicely with our store, so that if you're referring sales to our store, that those barks can then go out live. And it can work on YouTube, and it can work on Twitch, it can work on, Beam, and, any live service, actually. So, for that portion. Okay, so next thing here is set title in Twitch. All right, let's see here. Today is going to be Jackdaw, taking out the Jackdaw, and going to be doing some faction warfare, going to do some giveaways, and promoting No Job. Woohoo! Yes. So, got that on there. And then, let's see, set the YouTube title. It's already set. I set this one already. And there's a lot to that. There's actually, so you guys know that most people broadcast at like 1080p. Many people at 720p, probably more people now at 1080p. And those who are broadcasting at above 1080p, like I'm doing at 4K, very small percentage of people that are actually doing that. And what I found is that my software doesn't support it, and there's some other things that just don't support these high-end resolutions. I don't know why, but I use XSplit, and XSplit seems to think to itself that it doesn't matter, that it just doesn't matter that it gives me the proper bandwidth when I'm broadcasting in 4K. So even though I set it to 4K, the damn thing caps me at 13 megabit. 13 megabit is the absolute lowest that you can go if you're streaming in 4K, and that's with like maximum compression. And maximum compression equals a CPU this fucking big. I mean, it just takes, there's no way that I could get maximum compression, even if I put all of my computers together in the house working on that. It just takes so much horsepower. And so, so even if I set it at 30 megabit, which is what I need to be at, is 30 megabit, it automatically lowers it back down to 13. And it's just so fucking annoying because it just does this automatically. And I don't know what to do about it. So I have to manually set in all of the parameters for each one of these shows. It adds some extra work, but I found the workaround. So, yes, let's see. Video cards and Intel CPU have the H.264 hardware encoder. Yes, well, Eclam, he says this in chat. I will tell you this. It is not powerful enough to do 4K. In fact, when you do 1080p with the hardware encoders, so I have some actual cards that go into my systems that will encode, and they're hardware set to 1080p. And so it won't get fixed if they don't know about it. Yes, DeGraver, I know. I have turned in a thing on this twice, and it just goes into oblivion. That's what I feel like. It just goes into oblivion. So I've said this to them twice. I said this to them because they used to limit me on Twitch as well at 1080p. They are not Twitch, but YouTube. They were setting me to 3.5 megabit, and so I turned it in for that. And then when we went to 2.1K, then I turned it in again for that, and they've ignored me both times. So fuck them. I'm just moving on. And I found a workaround, and I'm not going to stress about it, other than it does this. Make a macro to change the bitrate. It's a good idea, CCC, except that it pops back in some cases when I don't know about it. And we can't have that happening on the live show. So I'm really fickle about that, guys. There's a lot of shit that happens on the live shows and a lot of things that doesn't work right and everything. I try and make it perfect every time. That is how I do this. And so I really work hard at making this shit perfect and it's seamless so that you guys don't even know that there's any issues going on. And but you guys see me talking about this issue of this popping and where my capture drivers reset every once in a while. I think I have that fixed. We're going to find out on the show today, because when I was working on my Behringer soundboard, what I found out is that they recommend not running ASIO for the full package for the Behringer soundboard and letting Windows manage everything, because other people have reported that ASIO causes popping noises in the audio. So I completely uninstalled it. My shit still seems to be working, and so I am. We're going to try it today, and hopefully I've resolved that issue. I don't know, because I've been blaming it on my cheap capture cards. When I say cheap, they were $200 each for 4K, which is really, really cheap. So considering that the card that I really need and want is $1,500, and that's just for one single card to go into the machine. And so, oh, is that the leader of North Korea who's just joined us? What's his name? I guess he's not quite remarkable enough for me to remember his name. But I see you talking there in, I'm assuming Korean. Welcome. And welcome. But I can't read Korean, so. Thought he died? No, it was his brother that was assassinated a week ago or so. So, Kim Jong-un? Yeah, is that his name? And, no, it's his brother that was assassinated. So, yeah. Okay, so, in the capture cards that I'm using Black Magic capture cards for 4K. And, so, and they're cheaper, but they seem to work, and I needed to do whatever I could do to get to 4K, and I ended up using those. But the ones that I really want are Magewell, and they're much higher quality, and they are, in fact, technically half-brother. Yes, well, anyway, he was assassinated. So the Magewell cards are used in television studio production, and they won't use HDMI, because that could be another thing, is that I'm pumping so much data in this 4K. I've got 4K certified HDMI cables, and in fact, they are shielded. They have a wire mesh around them the entire way and everything to keep them shielded from any outside interference. And, excuse me, hello, Jake. And so I have those going in, but I've wondered if I'm not overdriving the cables as well. But the Magewell cards will be DisplayPort. And so what'll happen is that I'll take my video cards in the machine down here. It's actually down here. And one of these days, you know what? I'm gonna fucking clean my office so that I can show you guys a whole office tour. Because what you guys see on the show here when we start it in a bit, you'll notice none of it looks like this. All that crap that I have around there. So, I have it, it's actually very well set up so that the camera angles, everything's clean behind the camera. Yeah, typical office. I mean, what does your office look like? So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and allegedly assassinated. You know what? He was poisoned, and yeah, he was actually poisoned. So by somebody in an airport. Yeah. Yeah, go figure that stuff. So, yeah, 1-bedroom apartment, no office. Yeah, well, that's when you bring a green screen. So, you always thought I was a neat freak until you saw behind the scenes. Well, you know what? I have been a neat freak, but I've got too much equipment to even fit into my office here. And, Kim did it. He's paranoid. Oh my God. Yeah, that might be. So, okay, so, continuing on. But that's a whole future topic. So, continuing on. So, set the YouTube title. Okay, I've got the YouTube title set. Okay, camera on. I've got my camera right over here. I've got multiple cameras in here. The other one turns on its own. and Play Store, I think you're getting the at least a timeout for that. I mean, come on, you know, what the hell, you know? Does this look like we're gonna talk about anal sex here? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, too random of a question there, buddy. Huh. So, let's see here. So the camera's on. Okay, the set lights. So I have multiple lights in here. I have a 10-watt bulb up here. It's 10-watt LED bulb that shines up into an umbrella, and it's an actual umbrella that's for film. And so it's a reflective umbrella. It's not meant to keep the water off stuff. It's not raining in here. So it's a reflective umbrella, and it shines up into there. I can turn on, I have a 300-watt bulb up in there right now in the actual umbrella, but you know, that's what I turn on. So, okay, now let's see here. I have been drinking some caffeine in the mornings. I gave up caffeine for the most part, but I have been having a couple of Diet Cokes in the morning. Drowning Duck. Please, Marky, start editing your videos. No. As a new player, your videos have a lot of information in them and spread out 2-hour video. I can only speak for myself, but put me off from subbing. Well, I'm sorry. But, yes, Alex, I'm stealing Lisa's soda again. Okay, so I want to address that, Drowning Duck, because it is a very, very good point, but the answer is no. And here's the reason why. It's because I operate companies outside of doing just this streaming. So I do this streaming, and I do a lot of it. Alexandra, who's in chat, and we run Marky Dragon game codes, and that is a lot of work. And then in the last year, I've taken on this other venture with Jordan, where we are teaching all of you how to be fantastic YouTubers and you know, do what I do for a living. Now, if I were to 100% focus on nothing but this content that I generate on the YouTube channel and on Twitch and everything, 100% I agree with you, I would edit videos and I would put them in really concise stuff. But I just don't have the time to do it, because to edit, depending on the editing, it's a minimum of like an hour of video. Let's just say I take an hour of video, an hour show, and I want to condense it down into 5 minutes of the best parts of it. Yeah, I would be looking at multiple hours, probably 3 to 4 hours at minimum of time in order to produce that video. And that's just the editing part. Then there's the part of putting it up, titling it properly, describing it properly, putting in the proper keywords, putting in a thumbnail and everything. So that 1 hour video then becomes 5 hours of work. I just don't have the time to do that. And, you know though, if any one of you thought that you could make money, you know, that we could build my channel here, see, I know I would have a whole bunch more subscribers if I did something like that. And I've often thought to have one of you grab the raw videos of these and to do that, to pull out the parts and put it together and make awesome videos. But the economics of it, I don't think work out. So, yeah, you know, maybe one of these days. Okay, so the YouTube channel alone. So this would only be valid for YouTube. And the YouTube channel alone, for the amount of money that's made on this, pay you to do it, Brian? The problem is, I don't think that there's enough money being earned to do this. And how much money would we earn if we started doing this? I think it would take a long time. I think it would take a long time to recoup that investment. And I bootstrap all of this. And bootstrapping in entrepreneur terms means that I make whatever this video makes here, is part of the income that's used to produce more videos. And so I don't pull a whole bunch of money out of my pocket or steal it from something else to do that. Now, if I became Fritch in another area with something that we were doing, which right now, nothing is making me $1 million. So I have multiple streams of income, but none of them are the $1 million income, which I've had before, and I know I'll have again. But until I hit that point, yeah. But Brian, I would love to hire you. Brian, you'll be the first person I talk to if I want to embark on that venture. But Brian lives in Germany. I am in the United States. There's apparently some contractual agreements between the United States and Germany that makes it so that Brian has extra taxes to pay if I hire him. We've actually looked at hiring people in Germany before, and it's kind of crazy. And so I hire people in foreign countries all the time. So, and especially for my, the in our game code store. And you know why? It's not because some people look at companies and say, we're American, we're proud, we should hire only Americans. And I say, no, we are an international company. We serve the world. We should represent that in the people that we hire. And so, like Dan, who works for us, he's JJ, known as JJ, on the show. He does not live in the United States. And so, it works out really well for us. And we have hired people in Australia, New Zealand, Latvia, the UK. I don't know if we had anyone from Poland. So Trump won't like me. That's okay. You know what? Trump does not run our business. So, so I think somebody needs a band hammer there that wants attention. They want the attention of the band hammer. In fact, you know what? I've got your fucking band hammer. Right here, buddy. You see this? You want to screw around on the show? Yeah. Just watch, buddy. Boom. I didn't really hit it. Nope. But, yes, he wants the band hammer, and there you go. Band. All right. That's my rubber mallet for tying the cameras in when I'm filming out at the lake. I actually tie up my cameras when I'm filming next to the lake so they don't fall in or so that I don't lose them. So, yeah. Transmission lost. Ha ha ha. Banhammer of justice. You know what? I'm going to have my wife make me a banhammer. Yeah. Let me, Lisa, are you watching? Come in here. If you're watching. You're from South Korea, Kim. Welcome. So, we'll see if Lisa's watching. Oh, there she is. Lisa, now you have to speak loudly.
Okay.
Come up right here so they can hear you a little bit better. You're not on camera. She doesn't like being on camera. Can you make me a band hammer?
Out of what?
I don't know. This one's a little bit hard for hitting the computer. See, my wife is an artist.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
Yeah, so I think we need a band hammer. Yeah. So
something that you can bang on something, but it doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah.
Like
in fact,
made out of styrofoam or something soft.
No, give me a big bell that I go bam right on the bell.
Okay.
Everybody will hear it. So that anybody else that's in the house goes, what the hell's going on? Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, okay. So she's going to make me a band hammer. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, hon. So, okay. An inflatable hammer. Yeah, there you go. I'm still not going to hit all the stuff up here. Even with an inflatable hammer, bam. Yeah. Rips keyboard. Yeah. I should go and I have an old keyboard that doesn't work anymore. I'm going to take video of hitting that, and we'll take it at really high speed. So I can do like 1080p video at I think 240 frames a second with this. So I can take 1080p video of that, and I will smash that keyboard, and then we can put that up as an animation too when we use a band hammer. But I still want a band hammer from Lisa, because I think that'll be good. That'll be good because I need something in my hands to talk. Yeah. So why is the screen shaking now? It's because I'm touching it. It's mounted. This mount here is I'll show it to you at another time. So this mount here is tied to this. It's a very interesting mount that I've got the camera on, and I can't touch the table because then it does that. So okay, now gosh, we're 40 minutes. I had planned on this video being about 20 minutes, and look at where we're at now. By the way, I'll make you a mod. Oh, Lisa wants the power. Yeah, all right. Yeah, she's been watching these live ones. So, okay, everybody, bow to Lisa. She is now a mod in the channel. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Now, I had planned on, well, we were supposed to start at 9 o'clock. Shit, I'm way over time. I'm having too much fun hanging out with you guys. By the way, I just want to interject here really quick. Look in the description. You see the part that talks about no job? How does Marky Dragon do it? I want you guys, if you want to get paid to play video games, and you want to learn how I do all of this stuff, and how I make a living doing video games and making content and putting it up on YouTube and everything, click that link. Consider buying it. It's less than the cost of a normal video game, and you get to work with myself and Jordan and many others who are in the classes right now, and you guys can say here in chat, you know, whether or not you find it of benefit, those of you who are in it, and speak honestly. And if anybody has any complaints about it, I will address it right here and right now, because that's how confident I am about that. So, okay, what's next on the list here? Okay, so we got the camera on, we got the set lights. Connect to Discord. Oh yes, I forget about doing this one a lot. So, let's see here. Oh, there's been a pin. If someone thinks it's important enough to add everyone, then go ahead, or maybe put it into announcements. You know, that is something that I've left on in the Discord, but I think we limit it only to mods and to myself, and so I do make announcements to everybody sometimes. So I could put them in announcements, and then you could just mute the announcements category, but I like people to be able to talk about them. And see, in announcements, there's no replies. I suppose I could put replies in there. Maybe I can make it so you can reply. I'm adding that to my list. Good idea. Glad you came up with it. Here, let me write this down. So I'll just add the ability for people to make replies in there instead of making new stuff. Twitch, hello! Yeah, Woot user, we'll be on Twitch. We'll be going live here in a few minutes. So, okay, so that's on my list. I keep a handy list here, which I can't show you. It has proprietary information. I'll show you the back of it. Yes. Look at all these pages here of stuff that I've written. So I keep a list here, and this is my thought process. I was using an application that reminded me every morning of stuff, and I found that I was ignoring it. So yeah, we're gonna go live on Twitch before the end of this broadcast. So we're going to transition nicely. Yeah. So, man, you know, I do appreciate, okay, so moderators, yes, give people one chance if there's any question about whether or not they're saying something that we just don't understand that looks bad. But then if they do it a second time, ban hammer. Yeah. We ban more people in YouTube chat than anywhere else. I don't know. I think we attract the 12-year-olds. Yeah. I think we attract a lot of 12-year-olds. There's a lot of really good people in here, but yeah, we just. Hey, Pablo, how's it going? All right. So, okay, now next, let's see here. What's next on my list? Connect to TeamSpeak. We don't need TeamSpeak today. We're not running in. So I'm in Moose Army, and I'm also part of Hogs, and but I don't need TeamSpeak today. We don't have any operations going on and stuff. We will though at other times. Sergeant Zippy, hello. Hey, and Kevin. Kevin says, "Go Hogs, go!" Yes. And Gamma Ray says YouTube is very toxic. You think? Yeah. You know, I get used to it. I tell everybody. So if you are in the classes with us for the YouTube stuff, I'm sure you have seen that we talk about how you develop a thick skin when working on YouTube, and YouTube is the worst for comments. So Heartful puts on their hazmat suit every morning. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, okay, the next thing, air conditioning. Now I gotta walk out of the room to do that. So, let's go do that. Okay. Now, so we're gonna head on out here. And I've got here, let's see here. There's one air conditioning vent, and then I've got a return in this office. And the return, oh, do I hear myself talking in here? Oh, look at this. What is this? Is this Markieception? What is this? Is this Markieception? Oh, Lisa's watching. Yeah. So, here is our handy dandy thing for, and notice it's at 76 degrees. That's actually pretty high, but in Florida, it actually is, we keep the house temperature warmer. We keep it 78 a lot, which may seem really crazy for those of you guys up north, but we turn on the AC and everything. So, and while it's nice outside, it is hard to actually have, it's hard to have out here to open up the windows and everything. And the reason is the storms that move through. So you can see here, we've got some limbs down and stuff. The storms that come through here, we commonly have 60-mile-an-hour winds that just all of a sudden, bam, blow on through. And so it, just the way it is. So anyway, it feels really good out here. It's actually like 70 degrees. So, yeah, 70 degrees in February. Eat your heart out, all of you north of us. Well, don't, but What?
You doing anything Friday? Crystal wants to come Friday instead.
Well, that's okay. It's my 10-year anniversary for YouTube.
I just wondered if you're doing anything. It doesn't matter if there's.
Well, I'm going to be drunk.
Okay.
So, as long as she doesn't mind me being drunk.
He's live streaming right now, so I'm asking him what he's streaming.
Yeah, so, okay. Yep, and here's a lot more of the office that you guys don't see and everything. In fact, while we're going mobile here, let me turn on this light. I'll show off another piece of artwork here in the room. Woo! Look at that light. Okay, so what do we want to see here? Let's see here. How about this fantastic thing right up here? Let's see here. There we go. Okay, you see that there? That is an Ultima Online poster for Mondane's Legacy, and that was I don't know when I went there for the release of it. So that sits up on top of these cabinets here that you see. You guys recognize this view right here? That's kind of the view that you see on the camera. This sits above it, and it is signed here by, let's see here, Binky. I don't know if you guys know Binky. Binky is now community manager for Amazon Lumberyard. And so he just got that job, along with oh goodness, why am I drawing a blank at his name now? Former CEO of Sony Online Entertainment. Gosh, I know him too. Damn it, I hate it when I forget names. That's one of my failings. I forget names. So anyway, Binky says, don't let the short bus hit you, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, so that is another one of my pieces of artwork from working in the industry for so long. Okay, we're going to put it back into the mount here. Oh, you want to see the blue ball? Okay, yes. So I'll show that to you. Okay, so this is, I know you have a hard time seeing it, but this is a crystal ball. Now let me turn on the light behind it. And let's see here. There we go. You see that face in there? That is inside the crystal ball. Isn't that cool? So, I know it's hard to see it, but yeah, there we go. So, yeah, that is the crystal ball. It's creepy. Lisa says it's creepy. It is. It is a little bit creepy. It's a real piece of art, though. I mean, it's real art, but I thought it was very video game-ish. And my father gave it to me. My father was a collector of fine art and stuff like that. Is really into that stuff. And he gave that to me. Along with, I have a nice crystal globe as well. So, man, we are late starting this show. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so it's because I'm having such a good time talking with all of you. So I had planned on 10 to 20 minutes for this little live show, and we're at 52 minutes. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, and it's a very famous artist, too. I don't know. I don't remember what his name is. I would have to look it up. It's on the bottom of it. But that thing weighs, I kid you not, like 20 pounds. It is a pure crystal ball. And and get this. There's a warning on the bottom of it. The warning says, do not place this in a window where the sunlight shines in. And you know why? Because the sun, if it's at the right angle, will shine through the crystal ball and make a focal point of light that is super bright, super hot, and start a fire. So you cannot put those in a room, in a window that has sunlight coming onto it, because you could burn your house down. Yeah, it's like the old magnifying glass, and you would burn stuff with it. Same thing. Okay, so now I got to set up the YouTube chats. Okay, I've got the show chat for this, and now I use Chatty for, yes, it's its magical powers. I use Chatty for my Twitch chat, and it is an application. It's a Java application. But it allows me to log all of the chat and to be able to look stuff up. Oh, it's the Guardian from the Avatar? Yeah. Allows me to log all the chats and everything. So, keep up these streams. You like it? Yeah. Oh, can you borrow it to go play? Oh, goodness. It's really heavy. Yeah. I say no, you can't borrow it. I like it too much. And it means a lot to me since my dad gave it to me. So, oh, you can burn the house down with a bottle of water. Oh, yeah. It's like touring Willy Wonka's factory. Yeah, I guess so. So, okay, Chatty is up and running. I got that up and running. And then, let's see here. Okay. Yep, and then I've got notes for specific games. So today we're going to be in Eve, and so I've got Eve up and running. I actually don't decide the Eve content a lot of times until right before the show, and it's because I look for conditions, and I'm looking in here at the conditions of faction warfare, and we're at tier 4, so there's some good LP to be made. And I figured we'd do this. So, oh, your app was rejected without any detail, Brian, huh? You know what? Just hold on, and yeah. So if you applied to Moose Army, I tell you, I'll just be honest, and Moose may not appreciate me saying this, but there's a lot of turmoil going on, and he's working on fixing everything. And I just think that they're not in any shape to bring new people in right now. And so, and they are making changes. So maybe that's part of it too, is that that there's these changes going on and it necessitates that. I don't know. So, okay, now let's see here. What else have we got to do? I think we're all ready. Okay, so I'm going to start the warm-up on... Oh, actually, one last thing. Since I messed with the audio and everything on the show, I need to make sure, or with the machine, yeah, I need to make sure I'm hearing the game, and I am good. So, needed to make sure of that. Oh, Hogs are at war, 1 week hiatus on new members. Yeah. And we do have wars going on in Moose Army right now, and maybe they only accept people when there's no wars going on for fear of spies. I don't know. I can't tell you. And I intentionally stay out of all of the corporation and alliance management. That I just tell them I will be helpful where I can be, but I don't want to do it. I do not want to play the game of business inside of Eve. I already do enough of that out here with all of you. So, and I should have Moose on sometime. You know what? I will interview Moose sometime, and I will get him on to talk about what it takes to run an alliance and a corporation and all of that, because he's expressed many times that it is a hell of a lot of work. And from, other than this thing that we're going through right now, which I 100% agree with him why we're going through it, he does a very good job. And he's doing a good job with this, with the cards that he's been dealt. So, but I don't want to say what those cards are, except that he has my back. Yeah. So, okay. Now, there we go. Okay, and I got the live show chat up. I put up live show chat in Discord so that anybody wants to talk about what's happening going on in the show or something, they're able to in there. That gets my attention. Maybe not right at the exact minute, but, So, let's see here. Okay, I got everything good. Okay, I'm putting the show into pre-show mode. And that's all good. Can you hear the music? My old headphones are falling apart. Okay. Oh, before I start that broadcast, I gotta clean my glasses. I hate these glasses. I hate them. My other glasses were great. I accidentally broke them. But I've got a couple of cleaning cloths here. I mean, these glasses are they look good, but functionally, they're not as good as my last pair of glasses. And there was something about my last pair of glasses that there was a coating on them that made it real easy to clean the lenses. These, I smear all over them all the time. And so I have two cleaning rags here, and then I work hard at getting it all clear I hate putting on foggy glasses. I am not into that and everything. So I worked really hard at getting these nice and clear. Hey, I got it first time. Excellent. Okay, so now Twitch stream is going up. Oh, and Nutrition Wow just subscribed to the stream. Hey, I'm gonna hook you up, buddy, in just a moment here. Once I make sure it's live, then I'm gonna turn Duke on. So this is also part of my normal routine. So, let's see here. I'm just making sure that the broadcast is up and actually broadcasting. Have I stopped playing Last Man Standing? No. But I'm waiting for them to make changes that get the game going. I don't know what's going on with it. I got to talk to them. So, and why don't I get back into Altus or Arma 3, Altus Life? We're going to be covering identity when that comes out. That'll be the next thing. Okay, so stream is up and running. Let's bring up Duke. Here goes Duke. He's going to welcome everybody who has followed since the last show, which appears to be a lot of people. My microphone is off for the live show here. Nobody can see me. We're going to keep this broadcast right here going all the way until the other one is live. And here is the URL in YouTube chat here. That is the URL for where the new show is going to be. They require me, unlike Twitch, it requires me to move into, oh my goodness, Brian just sponsored the show. Wow, thank you, Brian. That's very generous of you. Currently, it only gets you a little Marky Dragon icon. There are some other stuff that they're giving with that. Their program is still very new. So it's not as hefty as Twitch on what you get back. But thank you very much, Brian. I very much appreciate that. Eventually, we'll be given extra gold for sponsors in YouTube, and we hope to tie in the bot so that it works on both at the same time. So if you were a subscriber on Twitch and a sponsor on YouTube, you'd actually get a lot more gold. But I think it's worth it if you're financially supporting the show. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Okay, so it's still barking out the follows here, and I typically don't start until Duke's done talking. So, okay, I'm going to grab another drink. Let's go together to get it. Yeah, another one here. Let's see. So, all right. So that's up and running. Okay. Here is the kitchen. Cold Diet Coke. I actually gave a tour of the refrigerator the other day on this. I don't know why. Okay, we're about ready to start here. I shut my door because it gets noisy out there sometimes. It's pretty nice working at home. You know. Hey, I see Duke is still on the warm up there. And all right. So hey, he's almost done. Okay, we're almost ready to go live here. So we're going to go live first on, wow, Twitch is already, Oh, it's 120 viewers right now already on Twitch just on the warm up. So, okay, we're gonna go. I will keep this live on the side here until I bring up YouTube live, and so you'll see the introduction that only Twitch sees. So, yeah, Peyton Smith claims to be my son. Yeah, where's my son? I have multiple kids. I have 6 kids. So, 5 boys, 1 girl. And so, okay. Now, hey, Duke is done. And let's get, we're going to get some good music going here. Actually, here's how we're going to start. Yes. All right. That's how I broke my other glasses, by the way. I put them in this case. You heard it slam shut. Okay. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We're getting this party started. Feeling pretty good today. You guys on YouTube, you gotta head over to Twitch if you want to hear this badass music. All right, everybody. How you feeling today? It's 10 years on YouTube. I think there's going to be a lot of celebrating this week. All right. Let's get a raffle started here. Exclamation point ticket space 1 or higher in Twitch chat. That will get you in on a brand new account for Eve. It'll upgrade your Alpha to Omega. So, it'll work on any account that's not been Omega before. Sponsored by our store. Exclamation point coupon in Twitch chat to get in on it. We'll draw at, let's see, exclamation point coupon in Twitch chat. You get a link to our store, plus a discount and a bonus code. You get to choose which one you want. There's all kinds of stuff on sale for the celebration on the store, so check it out. And it supports the show. So, all right. We are going here. Hey, let's bring on YouTube now. You guys watching on YouTube on the side here? We're about to switch over. Here is the URL again. We had a pre-show going on for those of you in Twitch. There it is. Okay, we are going to bring this up here. I'm sending the feed to YouTube. I don't know how YouTube feels about having multiple feeds going simultaneously, but it's happening. Hey, we're previewing the next stream here. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to tell me that I can start streaming. And hello to whoever purchased from the store. Didn't leave a message, but thank you, thank you. Happy 20th? Yeah, it's 10 years on YouTube. 10 years, not 20. Although, I started working in the video game industry, self-employed, yeah, almost 20 years ago now. All right. Anders, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Okay, we're going live on the other show. We'll see how whether or not it will do both shows simultaneously. I have no idea. And let's see here. We gotta start this song again. It's just too cool. We gotta bring in YouTube on this. So here we go. Starting to stream now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? It is a good day. 10 years on YouTube now that I've been here. Yeah. So 10 years. Okay. Now, if you're watching on YouTube right now and you're confused because you see 2 live shows, it's because I'm a bad motherfucker. Just like the song says. Dual broadcasting. Yeah, and you thought running multiple ships in Eve was hard. All right. Those of you watching on here right now, off of the side broadcast, or going offline, thanks for being here. Do hit subscribe. Here we go.